breaking inputs as far as the Moscow attack is concerned. We are now learning that Russian President Vladimir Putin is currently making an address to Russia. Vladimir Putin has condemned and called the attack that took place yesterday in a concert hall in Moscow. He's called it bloody and barbaric terrorist attack. He is also declared tomorrow as the National Day of Mourning. He's declared 24th March as a National Day of Mourning for all of Russia. This is the latest that we are bringing to you. Remember, the death toll of this entire attack has now surpassed 100. In fact, let's quickly go across to our international news correspondent Abhishek Jha, who's joining me on the phone line. Abhishek, if you could share the details of that address by President Putin. Also, throw light on the timing of this entire attack that took place yesterday, for which ISIS has now taken responsibility.
People in Russia were anticipating that President Putin will be addressing them, and national address was much awaited because of the kind of massive attack this has been, and this is something that hasn't happened in so many years, and probably the 130 deaths that we have been reporting as of now is only going to rise up because there are several injured who are in critical conditions. Then there have been certain arrests which have been made. About 11 people have been arrested from various parts of the country. About 4 of them are being suspected of being the shooters, because 5 people at least are now being reported that they were actively involved in shooting and using explosives which killed people in the Crocus city center. President Putin has called this attack as barbaric. He has called he has said that 24th of March will be observed as a national mourning day also.
Absolutely. Also, Abhishek, do share with us what this could mean for Russia, that is already at war with Ukraine. Having said that, we've seen ISIS now own up to this attack. That brings in a second major challenge, as President Putin has now taken over a fresh new 5th term as president.
Well, Akansha, the kind of geopolitical tension that is in between Russia and Ukraine, the first suspicion was, of course, very naturally towards Ukraine, whether the Ukrainian side will have any linkages of this with these attackers. But within hours, we saw U.S. government allaying any apprehension of that kind, and they saying that Ukraine has nothing to do with it, this attack, and then Ukrainian officials also denied any involvement in that. Also, ISIS has taken responsibility in various media outlets has reported that, but there are still reports that suggest that these people who were apparently working on behest of ISIS, they have had some linkages with the Ukrainian side also. They may have been, working or some closely being associated with the Ukrainian government, or they may be Ukrainian officials. That is still not clear, but Russian government has still not given a clean chit sort of to the Ukrainian government or the country. So we'll still have to see whether the Russian anger will be directed towards Ukraine further or not.
Absolutely. And in fact, much was being talked about in terms of how the war is only going to escalate as President Putin has taken over in his new 5th term, how this will shape out for in terms of geopolitics. We'll have to wait and watch. Many thanks to you, Abhishek, for bringing in all those inputs. And with that, let's also listen in to President Putin's address.
Investigative authorities will do everything to identify all details of this crime, but it's already evident that we face not just a cynically organized terrorist attack, but a massive mass killing of civilians. These perpetrators, these criminals, went specifically to kill people point blank. We will be investigating this terrorist attack, and we already have some results. All the 4 perpetrators were directly involved, who were gunning people down, killing people. They were found and apprehended. They tried to escape. They were moving towards border with Ukraine. And we have data that suggests that they were about to be moved towards the territory of Ukraine by those in Ukraine. Our military services, our emergency services, everyone our investigators are working on finding out the orchestrators of this terrorist attack, those who gave them transportation, who created, who gave them weapons, etc. The investigative